Jimmy, I believe, is on his final day of vacationing with the Blue M&Ms in Cabo. Hopefully he'll be back on Monday. All right, so let's get to a highlight from our discussion earlier about Brian Flores. In addition to being a Jay-Z fan, Brian Flores appears to be a fan of Eminem and the movie 8 Mile. Flores undressed steals the way Eminem's character, Rabbit, exposed the fraudulence of his rap nemesis, Papa Doc.
And if you're talking about what Brian Flores did, he first made sure that Kenny Stills kept his eyes on the prize on the field.
All right, Marcellus, are you convinced Brian Flores will be the first Belichick disciple to be a success?
The first?
Yeah.
Well, Mangini, I hope he ain't watching that. The first?
I'm sorry, Eric.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien? No? Nah. I know what you're saying. Next level, right? No, I'm not convinced. As much as I like Brian Flores, literally love this guy, trying to lace him up just to play for him because of the way he is presenting himself, and he was a tremendous D coordinator. Pump the brakes. I had a lot of teammates that I liked, that were, you know, personality, the way that they carried themselves. But when the Bullets alive, it's a whole different animal. He needs to go out there and win at this next level as a head coach.
I think that football culture in Miami are two tough deals.
Oh.
And so I think as Miami's always been a party city. You know, at one point, it was cocaine capital at one time. But now with South Beach and the enormous wealth that now the players have, I think that hurts football in Miami. I think that's why the U has struggled. There's just so much to do and so much to offer, and there's so much temptation that I think that's one of the tougher cities to have consistent success, and that's why I think so many guys are failing there. And look, Miami's always had its temptations, but I think the temptations are now larger, and the players have more access to income and enjoy those things. And so I think he took a job in a tough place to win.
Great point. But what about New York, L.A., Vegas is coming? I mean, it's a lot of ballers and great programs.
I think it's tougher.
Yeah, but it's tough. They post to you. That's all that happened to you. All those U players are just local cats, a lot of them. Then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we going down there together.
All right, so let's get to our approval rating for Brian Flores. Job performance, I have him at a 15. I need some regular season information before I can go much higher than that. All-time great. He's one of 3 black NFL head coaches. He 4 Super Bowl titles with the Patriots. I got to give him some there. 8. Character, 23. Authenticity, 24. 70. All-star.
Okay, I take issue with your job performance. It's too late. I mean, too low, I should say. Last game he did coach in the regular season was a Super Bowl win. 3 points, the Rams. He was the D coordinator of that, so you got to give him high. And I love
play caller.
Yeah. I loved his character. He wants to address the real authenticity. 25. Give him go.
Rachel Vanetta, lock it in next. We'll be back Monday.
Well, our perception of him is completely different.
Why? He's a second. He has
because
2
that's
Pro Bowls, second most wins.
Stop with the Pro Bowl.
Stop with the Pro Bowls.
Have you been?
That's because
I like the Pro Bowl. What do you mean? You can't just wake up and get in the Pro Bowl. You got to earn something.
Is he one
second
of the
most wins?
Is he? Come on, man.
He didn't get the Pro Bowl because he's a substitute Pro Bowl.
These numbers help your arguments when it's for somebody you like.
Get his numbers, his actual numbers, quarterback playing numbers.
Yes, they're good.
They're average. Come on.
He's middle of the pack as a quarterback.
Like, really?
Well, wait a minute. His numbers are better than Carson Wentz, and y'all not...
Wait, Carson, hold on. Carson
where we
Wentz,
going?
in his second year, had, 33 touchdown passes, 7 receptions. They were 11-2 on the year. Don't stop with he's better than Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz was coming off an ACL injury and had an average, and had a Dak Prescott-like year.
It all counts. I hate when people say, well, I was hurt. Look, I lost my prime because of injury. Ain't nobody care, and me either. I don't want to hear, I was hurt, I was coming back. We're grading record to record. We're going resume to resume in the 3 years.
Resume to resume. Was Dak Prescott ever in the discussion of the MVP of the league?
Oh, God.
Not 1 second.
Where is Eric Mangini?
Hold on.
Derek Carr was, too. Where's Eric Mangini when I need him?
I asked you a legit question. Was he ever in the conversation of being the MVP of the league?
No.
Was Carson Wentz going to be the MVP of the league before he got hurt?
Oh, God.
Yes or no?
You just gave me a forecast about Dak saying he's going to be a bum, and now you want to make another forecast if he didn't get hurt? He got hurt. Who knows what he's going to do those last games? Hello, Doug. Seen football lately?
Was he
it
going to be
fast.
Was he a leading candidate to be the MVP?
Listen here, man. I don't think Marshall Faulk was speaking for Zeke. I think he was just saying exactly how he felt. Now, the fact that he's friends with Zeke and he's going out there,
Good point.
I can't add a lot into that, and I don't take a lot from that, because just because you don't like my friend don't mean I can't be friends with you. So I don't
Well,
think...
I do think Marshall Faulk is a smart man. He's a wise man. He's an older person. He knows damn well, hey, I'm headed out to hang with Zeke, and then I'm going to call Dak a bum. He knows that's going to bleed on to Zeke. You got to know that.
Doug, can we do... Doug, we got a drum roll on this show, and it's called the Dak drum roll. You ready? I'm going to go Carson Wentz versus Dak Prescott again, and you tell me who has the better of these numbers. Completion percentage, Dak. Passing yards, Dak. Yards per attempt, Dak. Interceptions, who has fewer? Dak. Passer rating, Dak. Rushing yards, Dak. Rushing touchdowns, Dak.
Who would you rather have as your quarterback? Who would you rather have as your quarterback?
Carson Wentz.
There you go.
Wow, you gonna holler all that.
Wait. So,
but when the rubber hit the road,
let's get back.
the money on the line.
No, Carson Wentz is my valet car. I just needed to show up in that. He ain't gonna make the whole trip though, because I know he gonna get hurt.
Okay, so you're doing the Tony Romo thing. Look,
what?
You have to understand that Marshall Faulk,
messed up. That wasn't
Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, and Ezekiel Elliott are all rep by the same guy, right?
Here we go.
And they live in this world where running backs are still the thing, right? I love ED. I love Eric. He's great. He's a great teammate here. Okay, but they live in this world where running backs are still the jam, and they're all underpaid, and we all got it wrong. Look, there's a market correction in this deal, and running backs are worth less. C.J. Anderson was on the couch on his third team in 1 year, and he came in, and he was better than Todd Gurley. The Todd Gurley contract's a bad contract. The Rams would love to get out of it. The Le'Veon Bell contract was so bad, the general manager got fired right after he signed the deal. And so the idea that it's the world against running backs, look, this is the NFL. They've changed the rules so that the wide receivers are more important. The quarterbacks are more important. Hell, the defensive ends are more important than the running backs. You are replaceable. And lashing out at a quarterback.
Let me ask you this. Though.
Preach, Doug, though. I like
that's
that.
That's a hell of a speech.
He nailed that.
Hell of a speech. There's a lot of truth to it. But the question we're asking is, do you think Faulk is speaking for Zeke here? Just answer that.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Because
it does matter.
Can I explain? Okay, because the perception is he is. Whether he's Marshall Faulk's his own man. He's on TV.
Right.
Should have won the Heisman at San Diego State. We all know this. I mean, arguably the greatest running back of all time.
Yes.
Changed football with how he was used with the Rams.
Say it.
He is his own man. But it doesn't matter. Because they have the same agent, because he's working with him, because he's on his way to meet him, anybody's reasonable perception is he's speaking for Dak. And
for
that,
Zeke.
And for Zeke, excuse me. And that's poisons the well.
Yes.
That's poison to a football team that thinks they have a shot to win a Super Bowl. And that's the only reason that you would relent.
You're telling me something that he may have said on his own that Zeke should have said, hey, don't say that?
No, in a conversation that is talking about I'm going to train Zeke, I'm not going to take a shot at his teammate in that moment, and that's what happened.
Look, I mean, you can send a text or pick up the phone and call.
He can't control what another man says.
No question about it.
No question.
But to me, and I don't want to put thoughts in Zeke's head or words in Zeke's mouth, I just don't think Marshall Faulk did this willy-nilly. I've been saying it every day.
You have.
Dak Day is coming. And this is all part of Dak Day.
It's part of Dak Day?
It's part of Dak Day. And where there's an assault on his value.
Oh, it's coming.
And this Daryl Johnston, it was the day before. Hey, man, you got to think about winning and blah, blah, blah. And here we come with Marshall Faulk. Because, trust me, Zeke believes this. They think Dak is being greedy and is tearing apart this team. And so he authorized the hit. He authorized it.
He ordered the code red?
Wow.
He ordered the code
I
red.
hate listening to you sometimes because it kind of makes sense. It makes you change your opinion and stuff. But I ain't about to change.
Keep going. Pro Football Focus, Tier 3.
Who?
That was this week. Dak.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
He is Tier 3.
Yeah, but
He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's
I'm
not
just
Phillip
saying the
Rivers. He's not
dominoes are
Tom Brady.
falling.
He's not...
The dominoes are falling in media perception and media stories. Immediately, one after another, killing Dak Prescott.
When they spin on it here, that's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's spin. You guys remember that Parade magazine you get on the Sunday paper that would have what everybody makes?
Yeah.
You know, you go like, oh, the postman in Iowa makes $70,000 a year. Once you know what somebody makes, it gives you a completely different evaluation of them.
Come on,
in terms
man.
of their professional
Stop
life.
riding the coincidence train. Look, Stephen Jones and his comments.
If Dak Prescott's making $30 million, and you're sitting there going like, that's a $30 million quarterback? He's not crazy accurate. Okay, he's just not. He's not. He couldn't get the best out of
Great
Des
money
Bryant.
comes great responsibility, but
Next week, we're probably going to hear from a teammate. Somebody in that locker room is going to have to stand up and be like,
yeah. And it's going to be full-blown Pittsburgh Steelers O-line. Everybody go get this.
And
Everybody
Dak is doing it to himself, man. He's being greedy.
Oh, stop.
And Marshall Faulk is taking the heat now for what Zeke wanted and needed said, because Zeke's getting desperate. He'd like to be in camp, and he wants his money, and Dak's standing in the way.
You're
Dak
right.
Day just around the corner.
You're
All right,
right.
before we go, football season is finally here. And as you head to and from the stadium to cheer on your favorite team, NHTSA would like you to remember that there are risks to driving drunk. So this season, let's all make sure to drive safely and responsibly, drive sober, or get pulled over.